Following the 1979 revolution, most of the international nuclear cooperation with Iran was cut off. Kraftwerk Union stopped working at the Bushehr nuclear project in January 1979, with one reactor 50% complete, and the other reactor 85% complete, and they fully withdrew from the project in July 1979. The company said they based their action on Iran's non-payment of $450 million in overdue payments, while other sources claim the construction was halted under pressure from the United States. The United States cut off the supply of highly enriched uranium, HEU, fuel for the Tehran Nuclear Research Center, which forced the reactor to shut down for a number of years. The French Eurodif International Enrichment Facility stopped supplying enriched uranium to Iran as well. Iran has later argued that these experiences indicate foreign facilities and foreign fuel supplies are an unreliable source of nuclear fuel supply. In 1981, Iranian governmental officials concluded that the country's nuclear development should continue. Reports to the IAEA included that a site at Esfahan Nuclear Technology Center, Entec, would act as the center for the transfer and development of nuclear technology, as well as contribute to the formation of local expertise and manpower needed to sustain a very ambitious program in the field of nuclear power reactor technology and fuel cycle technology. The IAEA also was informed about Entec's largest department, for materials testing, which was responsible for UO2 pellet fuel fabrication, and a chemical department whose goal was the conversion of U3O8 to nuclear-grade UO2. In 1983, IAEA officials assisted Iran in chemical aspects of reactor fuel fabrication, chemical engineering and design aspects of pilot plants for uranium conversion, corrosion of nuclear materials, LWR fuel fabrication, and pilot plant development for production of nuclear-grade UO2. However, the U.S. government directly intervened to discourage IAEA assistance in Iranian production of UO2 and UF6. A former U.S. official said, "We stopped that in its tracks." Iran later set up a bilateral cooperation on fuel cycle-related issues with China, but China also agreed to drop most outstanding nuclear commerce with Iran, including the construction of the UF6 plant, due to U.S. pressure. In April 1984, West German intelligence reported that Iran might have a nuclear bomb within 2 years with uranium from Pakistan. The Germans leaked this news in the first public Western intelligence report of a post-revolutionary nuclear weapons program in Iran. Later that year, Minority Whip of the United States Senate Alan Cranston asserted that the Islamic Republic of Iran was 7 years away from being able to build its own nuclear weapon. During the Iran-Iraq War, the 2 Bushehr reactors were damaged by multiple Iraqi airstrikes and work on the nuclear program came to a standstill. Iran notified the International Atomic Energy Agency of the blasts, and complained about in turn. In 1987-88, Argentina's National Atomic Energy Commission signed an agreement with Iran to help in converting the reactor from highly enriched uranium fuel to 19.75% low-enriched uranium, and to supply the low-enriched uranium to Iran. According to a report by the Argentine Justice in 2006, during the late 1980s and early 1990s the U.S. pressured Argentina to terminate its nuclear cooperation with Iran, and from early 1992 to 1994 negotiations between Argentina and Iran took place with the aim of re-establishing the 3 agreements made in 1987-88. Some have linked attacks such as the 1992 attack on Israeli embassy in Buenos Aires and the EMEA bombing as part of an Iranian campaign to pressure Argentina into honoring the agreements. The uranium was delivered in 1993.